If it mine, if it all my time, wasting my time and I know. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? So, I got the road trip thing. Now it's time to grind my tier. So I need 2 kills with the pistol, and I'm almost at level 40 something. Do it, please. It's a suppress. Actually, need a suppress rifle. Alright. I was starting. I got one more, so it's not that bad. I'm just looking for a opponent. Team says shoot. And then eliminate them with the pistol. Yes, they need tilting. Where is everybody? Somebody right there. No, I just run over to him. See if I could probably kill him. And I used it by accident. Wow. I did it. I don't care. I don't care. Thank you. I can take my loot. Thank you. Oh, you fucking bitch. You ain't doing that. Yeah, shoot me. Shoot me. Thank you. I wasn't about to do that. Y'all ain't gonna pickaxe me to death. Y'all can kill me, but y'all ain't pickaxing me. I mean, I knew I was gonna die either way, so that's why I used the porta fort. So, the porta fort thingy. Oh man, level 46. I've been playing the last 4 days. Cause I'm not wasting my money for no reason, bro. I'm gonna waste my money for no reason if I can't even get stuff. If I didn't even complete it, then why would I spend my money? Well, I don't think it's sour, but you know what I mean. Like, if I spend my money on a game, I expect to get the fullest from it. So that's why I'm trying to complete everything fast, because why do I still subscribe to Lego Pawns? Of course the default's gonna have it. I was the first one to think it. Thank you, bus driver. Please don't be a snobby. You're wasting my time, and I know. Oh, something like a ghost, staying, leaving up, and never something. My fantasy, she will feel me, yeah, it feels like I will spend all of my time on you. Hate to say it's true, I hate to say that we do, yeah. Pistols, bro, this skin is just fire to me. I don't know why. And there's a number right there. Go over here. Damn. Love lost. Damn. Please, nobody get my language. I should have went for the llama first. Bitch. Don't you dare. Move, fucking default. Move, bitch. Why isn't it me fucking chasing me? Fuck. Fuck out of here, bitch. Ring enemy, move! God damn. That's not fucking llama. If anybody took my llama, I'm not even gonna do that. It was out in the open, so I expect that. I know the llama was around over here. Nigga, you took everything else. Fucking thirsty ass. Fuck out of here, move, bitch. You ain't part of this. Niggas always see me. No, do not come over here, bro. Stop it, do not come over here. Yeah, get your own, bro. Come on, Papi Chulo. Move, bro. This is not for you. Niggas always fiending. Move, fuck. Move, bitch. God damn. This is fucking funny, bro, bitch. Oh! Fuck you, I hope you get AIDS. Fucking 21-year-old playing kids game. Fuck. I'm not fucking shot. I saved you, bro. What? I am so dumb. My fantasy. I may get the skin, but I feel like it's a waste of money, so I'm not gonna get it. And I'm trying to get the jacket. First I want to get my chairs up, then I'll try to probably get the jacket by this week, by next week.
And apparently, you're not supposed to take unvaccinated puppies outside where other dogs may have taken a shit, because the puppy can pick up some kind of a virus that makes them get out there harder or something. Oh, yeah, it's terrible. Like, and apparently, you're not supposed to take unvaccinated puppies outside where other dogs may have taken a shit, because the puppy can pick up some kind of a virus that makes them get out there harder or something. Oh, yeah, it's terrible. Like, their whole heart will just fall out of their ass. It's horrible. Are you ready to win $150 as well as a signed YDSG poster from yours truly? Then you can thank today's sponsors, the mobile app World of Warships Blitz. This is a free 7v7 PvP game where you are the captain of your own warship. With amazing 3D graphics and shooting in together, created a life, and a pretty happy one. So let's go. So as a lot of you know, I got my own place here in Austin, Texas last December. And since then, I've been happily living out here, especially since I had a couple of my boys from Florida move out here to keep me company. Well, for reasons we can't get into today, they recently made the decision to move back to Florida, which meant that I was gonna have the whole apartment to myself. Now, I'm the kind of person that can live alone. In fact, I actually like living alone. I get to do things you can't really do with a roommate. Now, I can list some cute, random, advertiser-friendly activities, but let's be real. We both know that I'm talking about jerking off in the living room. Not because you want to, but because you can. That's never an option when you live with other people, or at least that's a risk I've never taken. But when you live alone, all bets are off. And this is just one of the many benefits of living on your own. So needless to say, I wasn't particularly sad when they said they were moving out. Anyway, the day continues, and then Feek, one of the guys moving out, suggested to me that I should get a puppy. Instantly, I was like, you, sir, are a fucking genius. You see, I love dogs, always have, and for the first time in my life, I was going to be living by myself in my own place. So the thought of getting a puppy made a lot of sense. I was going to have a little homie, a little pal to keep me company. And even though I knew I didn't need the company, it would be nice to have, or at least that's what I thought. So the next day, which was actually the same day I dropped my last video, check it out if you haven't seen it, I went to the local animal shelter and I picked out a puppy, and she was adorable, man. The moment I held her, I was in love. I looked that dog straight in the eyes and I was like, you are my fucking everything, okay? I love you so much. You're basically my daughter now. I cannot wait to bring you home. But I did have to wait 2.5 fucking hours to be exact. Also, I had to spend $160 just to get her from the shelter, which, by the way, that is deceptive. Because when I see those come adopt a puppy ads, they always make it seem like you're getting a free dog. Ain't shit free about the shelter, my dog. Like, if you work minimum wage, be prepared to drop 25 to 50% of your next paycheck to leave the shelter with a free dog. And look, I get it. The shelter has to keep the lights on somehow, but this whole idea that they're not turning some kind of a profit, that's bull. But whatever, I waited, I paid the money, and then I got the puppy, which I promptly named Kiki, and yes, she did love me. So I bring her home, I set up her doggy crate and playpen, I bought her a ton of toys and doggy treats, I even built her a little outdoor grass area on my balcony with premium dirt and fresh grass. But I couldn't actually take her outside because she was only 3 months old and she hadn't gotten all of her vaccinations as of yet. And apparently, you're not supposed to take unvaccinated puppies outside where other dogs may have taken a shit, because the puppy can pick up some kind of a virus that makes them shit out their heart or something. Oh, yeah, it's terrible. Like, their whole heart will just fall out of their ass. It's horrible, or at least that's what they told me. So I was like, okay, if I can't bring Kiki outside, then I'll just bring outside a Kiki. I'm trying to paint a picture here. I was committed to this dog, or at least that's what I thought. So the day is approaching an end, and I'm exhausted. It's a very long day, and it's time for Kiki and I to go to bed. So I put Kiki in her crate, and go upstairs to shower, and then I hit the bed. So I'm lying there, and then I hear, I tried to wait it out, but it was not stopping. My guess is that she was scared. She was downstairs by herself in a new place. She's just a baby. She doesn't know what's going on. So I moved the crate upstairs to my bed to get back in bed, and then before I can even close my eyes. So I guess just being in the room with me wasn't enough for her, and I didn't know what else to do. So I grabbed my pillow and my blanket, and I slept on the floor beside her. Father of the year! Where is my goddamn trophy? Eventually she falls asleep, then I went back in my bed. The next day, I gave her her first bath, we played fetch, we really started to bond. But that was also the day that it hit me how much work this new puppy was about to be for the next few months. However, I was ready for it. I was committed to raising a great dog and possibly my own. Or at least, that's what I thought. So, day number 2 comes to an end, but as it starts to approach her bedtime, Kiki starts to act weird. I noticed that she started to walk around with her legs, which was a complete
How do I look like? Hey!
Squat down to get in position to clean herself. And then she would start to cry out as if she was in pain. And then she would pop back up and
How? Bro, how? Just how?
she did this like 4 more times, and then eventually she just goes for it. And at that point, I realized why she didn't want to pee. Because when she finally relieved herself, she left behind a puddle of blood. So now I'm freaking out because obviously she was going to die. I mean, that's what I'd think if I took a piss and I saw blood in the toilet. Oh wow, there's blood coming out of my dick. This is for sure what death looks like. Next, she goes from not wanting to pee like every 5 minutes. So now I'm following her around, constantly cleaning up blood and piss behind her because I cannot live in a house that smells like blood and piss. Then she gets in position to take a dump, and the blood in her urine was not bad enough. Shawty Lo takes a fat ass dump that is just riddled with blood. And then not even 5 minutes later, she starts to throw up. And I actually have video of all of this, but I'm not going to show that to you because I know a lot of you know, like to eat when you watch my animations. I mean, this story in of itself is probably disgusting, so sorry. Anyway, she starts to throw up, and now I'm like, what the f? This is not the same dog that I adopted from the shelter. There were no worms in her dump back there. There was no bloody urine, and I've only been feeding her the puppy food they gave me. So what on earth is happening? Fast forward to the next day, same thing. Blood in the urine, worms in her throwing up. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta take her to the vet. 2 days. 2 days I had this dog, and I already had to bring her to the vet. So I take her to the animal clinic attached to the shelter that I got her from because the way I saw it, this bitch was still under warranty, and I was not about to pay vet money after just having her for 2 days. Well, I get there, and then they were like, I'm sorry, you have to make an appointment. We can't see her today. So then I'm like, oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Apparently I wasn't clear enough the first time I said it. How do I, oh yes. My dog is pissing blood, okay? I need help now. But, okay, when is the next available appointment? So then the girl at the clinic was like, maybe 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3 days? Are you fucking kidding? Kiki is pissing blood. Bitch, we don't have 2 or 3 days. By then, my dog is gonna lose a kidney. She needs help now. So then she was like, yeah. Well, here's some medicine for the worms. Good luck. Bye. So now I'm standing there, just completely stressed. Worm medicine in one hand and a dying puppy in the other. And that was the first time that the thought seriously crossed my mind. I should just leave her here. I should just walk back into the adoption center and just leave her there. I mean, they sold me a defective puppy. I didn't sign up for hospice care when I went to adopt a puppy. But then I looked down and I looked into her eyes, and she's looking back at me with the cutest puppy dog face that I have ever seen. And then I was like, okay, Kiki. Maybe 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3 days? Are you fucking kidding? Kiki is pissing blood. Bitch, we don't have 2 or 3 days. By then, my dog is gonna lose a kidney. She needs help now. So then she was like, yeah. Well, here's some medicine for the worms. Good luck. Bye. So now I'm standing there, just completely stressed. Wearing medicine in one hand and a dying puppy in the other. And that was the first time that the thought seriously crossed my mind. I should just leave her here. I should just walk back into the adoption center and just leave her there. I mean, they sold me a defective puppy. I didn't sign up for hospice care when I went to adopt a puppy. But then I looked down and I looked into her eyes, and she's looking back at me with the cutest puppy dog face that I have ever seen. And then I was like, okay, Kiki, let's try to get through this together. So I hopped back in the car and we went home. The very next morning, I take her to the local vet because I was not about to wait 2 or 3 days for this dog to die on me. So we get to the vet, and then by the end of the visit, I learned that Kiki had a pretty bad urinary tract infection. Apparently, it's not unusual in female puppies, and all she needs is some antibiotics. So now, on one hand, I was relieved because it wasn't going to kill her. But on the other hand, it meant that I was going to have to push back the date of when she can get her final vaccine by at least a couple of weeks, which basically meant that I was going to have to deal with her pissing and then in the house for another 2 weeks, because I won't be able to take her outside to use the bathroom. The thought of that just drove me crazy. Very few things can make me more uncomfortable and miserable than a dirty and smelly house. And since she had a UTI, she was taking little potty breaks like every 10 minutes. So I bring baby girl back home and I give her the medicine. And I just sit there with her, watching her be sick, knowing that there was nothing else that I could do. Eventually, I decided to go upstairs to my little studio to try and start working on the next animation. But as I'm upstairs writing and recording, I can hear Kiki downstairs crying for attention. Now, this was a problem for several reasons. Most importantly, I cannot record with a dog downstairs crying and barking because the microphone would pick up those sounds. So now I can't even get work done. This puppy was ruining my life, and it had only been like 4 days. It was at that moment that I realized what I had to do. I had to return Kiki to the shelter. I mean, I knew that a puppy was going to be a lot of work, but clearly I greatly underestimated what this was going to take. And the people at the shelter did let me know that if for any reason at all, if I couldn't keep her, I should just bring her back, and they'd take her back no problem. But there was a problem. My pride. You see, in my head, when I signed the paper to adopt this puppy, I made a commitment to her as well as to myself that I was going to take care of her. And the thought of returning her made me feel as if I was a failure. I failed to fulfill my commitment, and if I were to walk back into that shelter with Kiki, I would be seen as a failure by all the people who work there as well. The thought of that bothered me. The sheer embarrassment that I would feel, I couldn't do it. So I said to myself, Don, Kiki is the bitch in this situation, not you. Stop complaining to yourself and just figure it out. So I decided right then and there to keep her. And for the next 2 days, I was miserable. Even as Kiki started to get better and seemed like her old self again, I was still just not happy. The house still smelled like I still couldn't get any work done because of the constant crying if I left her alone, and she was always cranky because she always wanted to play, but the apartment is too small to do any real playing, and I still couldn't take her outside. By the 6th day, I had had enough. I had realized that if I had to keep her, everything else in my life would suffer for at least the next few months, including my art. She would be doing the complete opposite thing of why I got her, which was to make my life better. But my ego was still in the way of doing what I knew I had to do 2 days ago. I started trying to think of good excuses to tell the people at the shelter for why I had to return her. Oh, I have a family emergency back in Jamaica, so I have to leave the country and I can't take her. Oh, turns out that I'm allergic to dogs. What? I didn't know that before. Oh my God, my neighbors barking. So I'm sorry, I can't keep her. All lies. All pathetic excuses that I was starting to make up just to save my ego. All in an attempt to hide a simple truth from myself. And that truth was, I was wrong. I was wrong to think that I was ready to raise a puppy. Plain and simple. The moment that I accepted that, everything became so much easier. When I finally summoned the courage to face the fact that I was wrong and accept that, all of a sudden my ego took a back seat and I didn't care anymore about what the people at the shelter were going to say or think. In a weird way, saying out loud to myself, Don, you were wrong, was empowering. So with that new sense of I was wrong and that's okay, now you know better, I picked Kiki up, wrapped her in a towel, and drove her back to the shelter. So I walk into the shelter with Kiki in my arms, and the girl at the desk instantly knew what was going on. I mean, she sees us every day. So she says, "Can I help you?" And she said it just like that, almost as to say, "Oh, I see you're bringing back your puppy. What pathetic excuse do you have to try and justify returning her?" But instead of giving her an excuse, I looked her dead in the fucking eyes and I said, I was wrong. Boom. Just like that. And the look of sheer confusion on her face was priceless because people aren't used to that. They aren't used to people just owning their mistakes. Everyone makes excuses and try to put the blame on anything else except themselves whenever they make a mistake. So when I straight up just said, I was wrong, it was clear that that wasn't a response that she gets very often, which completely threw her off. And then she was really nice about it because she appreciated the fact that I didn't try to bullshit her. So then she took Kiki back, and that was that. You see, very often people sign up for things voluntarily thinking that we're ready for it. It could be a new role at work, maybe you get into a relationship, or you sign up for a leadership position in a club at school, something like that. We sign up for this thing completely of our own choice because we think we can handle it. But once we're in it, we realize that we weren't ready, that we bit off more than we can chew, so much to the point where this thing is now negatively impacting several areas of our lives. What we oftentimes do is try to uphold that commitment, not because we want to, but because we're ashamed to admit that we misjudged the situation. And oftentimes what ends up happening is either you lie to yourself and everyone involved to try and come up with some kind of excuse for why you can't do it anymore, or you stick with it and allow this thing that you signed up for to continue to stress you out and make you miserable. Well, I am here today to tell you that that is not the way of the sauce, my friends. Yes, go for things. Yes, commit to things. And no, do not throw in the towel at the first sign of hardship. But at the same time, if you commit to something that you later realize is causing more harm than good, then look it in the face, accept responsibility, own the fact that you were wrong, and then get the fuck out. That's how people end up marrying people that deep down they knew they didn't want to marry. That's how people end up being stuck in leadership positions that make them unhappy. Or a kid ends up playing a sport for their entire public school life that they don't even like. And I'm not saying that by just saying you were wrong, you're going to avoid facing any consequences. People may still get upset with you. You may lose a relationship or a friend, but that's not something that you can control, how other people react. You had good intentions when you signed up, but things just didn't go the way you thought it was gonna go by like a lot. And at the end of the day, you gotta do what's best for you. And if anyone wants to look down at you for owning that decision, then them, because that
against any of Epic's rules or anything. Like, you're not gonna get banned or any type of, I guess, punishment for doing this. It's not against the rules or anything. It's 100% okay, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. Now, if you look here at the map, you can see that we have, this is the bus route, and you're not going to be jumping from the battle bus at all, not until it forces you out. So basically, after you've pressed play, all you have to do is just chill here and let the battle bus go. And you're just going to watch as it travels. You know, if you want, you can take in the scenery. But honestly, at this point, I would recommend you just pull out your phone, you know, check Twitter, check Facebook, put on a YouTube video, you know, text your girlfriend, God knows you need to. She probably hasn't heard from you since you fucking bought the battle pass. So yeah, you're just gonna wait. You can see everyone's already jumping out. I guess while we do this, I can explain how this is going to get us a lot of XP. So you may know that you actually get a decent amount of XP in Fortnite from placing high in games, while getting kills doesn't actually give you as much XP as you'd expect. So the idea here is to place as high as we possibly can. So once the battle bus yeah, there's more sand than there was the other day. That's some Fortnite lore right there. So once the first timer ticks down from 25 seconds, yeah, he's hoping that I'm AFK or something and that he can get a quick kill right off the bat, but guess what? That ain't what's happening. So what you're gonna do, and usually this won't happen where a player decides to follow you. Who knows? They might follow me and decide to like chill with me. I don't know. So we're gonna wait for the counter to finish and tell us where the first play zone is. And this doesn't really require any skill or anything. Just once you find out where it is, try to head towards the center somewhere. I usually leave a marker somewhere that looks pretty inconspicuous and doesn't seem like the kind of place where anyone's gonna land. Now I might get followed by this guy. This is kind of a rare scenario, and chances are, if he does decide to follow me, I'm probably gonna get killed by him. So if you want, you can fall a little bit. I recommend you try to stay in the air as long as you possibly can. If you do this, you're gonna have as much airtime as possible, and you can see we're already like placement 61 at this point. We're now at 59, so we're already gonna get quite a bit of XP. Even if we die the instant we touch the ground, we're already at 56 now. People are really just slaughtering each other right now, so there shouldn't be too much to worry about, in all honesty. It doesn't look like that guy followed us or anything. So now all you're gonna need to do, all you have to worry about is just floating down to the ground here, and I recommend you do it nice and slowly. And mind you, you don't have to do anything here. You can literally just chill and lean back. It's pretty much AFK, and just wait till you die, really. I mean, if the storm, like, you know, you want to land in the circle so you have the highest chance of surviving in the game AFK as possible so the storm doesn't kill you. But honestly, if the storm is like 2 feet away, go ahead and walk those 2 feet if you notice it, just for the extra XP. So as you can see, we're already at 44 players in the game. I don't know how long I'm going to last in this game. It could be for the next like 6 or 7 to 10 minutes. I'm not going to record the entire match. However, I will give you a little bit more data that will kind of explain to you how much XP you're going to get for doing this. If you're playing in duos with another person who has the battle pass, depending on how much of an XP boost against any of Epic's rules or anything, like you're not going to get banned or any type of, I guess, punishment for doing this. It's not against the rules or anything. It's 100% okay, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. Now, if you look here at the map, you can see that we have, this is the bus route, and you're not going to be jumping from the battle bus at all, not until it forces you out. So basically, after you've pressed play, all you have to do is just chill here and let the battle bus go. Like, you're just gonna watch as it travels. You know, if you want, you
huge, and a lot of people really don't take this into consideration, and especially you're going to want to play with friends if they have the battle pass. This is huge. Now, for those of you who don't know, with the battle pass, it awards your character additional XP. So in that of itself, you're able to earn a ton of XP by simply purchasing the battle pass. And I know that that's a little bit unfortunate for some players that may be unable to purchase the battle pass, but don't worry, stay tuned. At the end of the video, I've got something special for you.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Oh my god. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Theo, and real quick, this is just a quick tip video on how to level up fast in Season 5. As you can see, I already have basically 30,000 XP, and I've only been playing for, what, 7-8 hours, bro? But I gotta go, that's why I'm making this video. But I want you guys to know that you can do this too, bro. It's really easy. All you gotta do, find friends, bro. Look, see that 70 XP boost, 70% XP boost down by my name, bro? Get other people that have XP boost and play squads with them, bro. The more XP boost they have, the better. Like,
if everybody, like, once people start getting 120 XP boost, bro, if you win a game and all of you have 120 XP boost, you will get 2,400 XP per game. Look, I need 2,600 XP to get from level 22 to level 23. So I'd get basically a whole level in one game, bro. So just find people with XP boost and play with them. And then you can get to where I am. That's what I've been doing. I've been grinding squads most of the day. But yeah, I have 29,000 XP. I have his red vest and stuff. And this battle pass is my favorite. I don't know about you guys, but my favorite skins, bro, I don't know, bro. I like Drift, bro, when he's max. That is goated, but I don't know. The Ragnarok is a goat skin. It's probably the best, though, for him. But look at him, bro. He transforms. Look at him, bro. And it's only 200k XP. I can probably get that this week. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, bro. Hopefully it'll help you out. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Big Folds here. Bring you guys another video. This is a highly requested one because some things have...
Want to try out my time machine? It runs on Doritos.
Okay.
Yes.
He'd easily beat KSI. 100%. I've met him in person. Just the way he walks is like slow. I'll be so much faster than him. I officially enter myself to be KSI's next opponent.
And this was my reply.
Fifth challenger, Alex Wasabi.
Oh my god. So obviously this goes all up in his feelings. Oh, you know it's serious when someone puts their emotion in the title of their video. Now I'm mad. Now I'm angry. Now I'm furious. Now I'm fucking...
He didn't even respond to me. He just laughed. He doesn't take me seriously.
Damn right I don't take you seriously, you flip-floppity piece of shit. So, I reacted to this. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't react. I'm sorry. And then obviously he was pissed at me for not taking them seriously. But I mean, come on. How can I take this seriously? Either way, he responded to my reaction and said this.
Let me hit you with this. In June, let me hop on a plane, come to London, and we can have a little sparring match, just me and you. Let me train a little bit, I'll come through, we can see what's up. No cameras, no vlog, no nothing. Just a little sparring match to see where we match up.
But I ignored him. I wasn't going to waste my time. I wasn't going to entertain his bullshit. So I moved on. He was doing terribly in the voting system that I made anyway. Then obviously Logan Paul came into the equation. And since I wanted to fight him or Jake initially, clearly Guava Juice's shadow felt some sort of way about this and came out with this.
These guys think they're smart. These guys think they can fool the world. I'm talking about Logan. I'm talking about Jake. I'm talking about KSI, and I'm talking about you, Deji. You guys think you're so clever, planning all this drama, starting all this fake beef.
Yep, I said it. I'm done. I'm done playing that game. I'm sick and tired.
Getting fake jumped.
Introducing Rocky Road Trip flavored Oreo cookies. In stores now.
And then I said, you can find my dad instead.
Hey Logan, you're so funny. Thanks for taking us on this vacation.
I don't know, Logan.
I'm just feeling. I'm your best friend, and I'm never gonna leave your side. We're Mavericks.
I guess.
What's that?
It's that heat, boy. Everything is on point. Everything. Crabs are looking Gucci. Sharp is all I want until it suits me. Everything is on point. Show the ground for how I'm living. Can't complain on how my people win. Everything is on point. Yeah, my GG looking glorious. If I die, I know I'll die notorious. Everything is on point. Apex looking like my natural. Flying everywhere, I'm international.
Hello, JJ. I've been expecting you. Would you like a cookie?
I'm good. Is Logan in?
Of course. You boys play nice now.
We will. Boy, you about to get it. 1 to 10, the only numbers, then the medic. Boy, you about to get it. Beat the man out the bitch, then jump already. Boy, you about to get it. Cause you want to turn the people empathetic. Boy, you about to get it. Bloody flow the handlebars, the aim to kill him, nigga. Always hitting with the shot I'm picking. Make it missing like a Thanos cricket. Teammates switching, now you're twitching. Storming in to break the place from in your kitchen. Cause you're getting married to that letter L. Know I'm coming when you hear that bell. I'm on point every day, every way, no delay. Ending on the day, I got no time for the people saying better than their life. So they're looking for a better life fix. I do it here on the ringer, so you better get in line with the movie and the one that take pics. I go and stay on the rich. She wants to play with that fits. My money flowing and flowing and flowing and growing. And still I ain't paying for kids. Still you're bugging me on my day. No, I don't deal with that. It's all in my way. No, I don't deal with that. Bullshit in your DNA. No, I don't deal with that. Bitches wanna come and play.
Show you a screenshot from my load of the keys.
Oh my god, guys, I forgot I was live. But what? I couldn't even build. I just did it for the XP anyways. Rainbow Queen.